So in Philippines, do we double kiss? I'm not sure what the rule is.
No, just one kiss is fine.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Okay.
Double is okay as well. No problem.
Okay, so take us back in time. Take us back to the moment.
Okay.
Steve Harvey announces Miss Colombia as the winner. So what goes through your mind? You know, are you disappointed? Are you still happy to be there? Tell me what you're thinking.
When I was announced as a first runner-up initially, I was just thinking to myself, okay, I made it this far. I'm pretty sure I made my country proud, and that's good enough for me. I know I did everything I could. I know I did very well. So, but when he announced that I was, in fact, the winner, of course, I was even more excited.
Right.
I mean, I joined Miss Universe because I wanted to win.
Yeah.
And I finally got it, and it took me a long time to get here. It took me 3 attempts in Miss Philippines to join Miss Universe, and it's been 42 years since the Philippines won, so this is a big thing for us.
So tell me, when did it finally sink in that you were, in fact, Miss Universe?
When I was backstage, actually, because when everything was happening on stage, you know, everything was happening so fast. But backstage, I kept asking my now manager, Esther, I kept asking her, did I really win? Is this final?
Right.
Are you going to come back and take the crown from me? But then they reassured me that, yes, you are the winner. You are Miss Universe. And then that's when I had I had a good cry backstage.
Right, sure.
And then that's when it finally sinked in. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's still sinking in on a lot of us. It really is. But, you know, you were born in Germany, because I look at your last name, I'm going, Wurtzbach.
Yeah.
And I'm going, you're born in Germany, you were raised in the Philippines, but you were a child star in the Philippines.
Yes, that's right. I was 11 years old when I started modeling and acting, and I was actually the breadwinner of my family. I used whatever I earned through my modeling and acting to take care of my mom and my sister. So I did that for a pretty long time. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you have a conversation with Miss Colombia backstage or anything afterwards?
Not backstage, because everything was happening so fast, and I had the press conference right away. But I did greet her happy birthday during Christmas, which happened to be her, Christmas Day happened to be her birthday as well. So I greeted her, I wished her well, and she replied back to me, so yeah.
That's good. That's good. And you know what? Your first time in New York City.
Yeah.
You were here for New Year's Eve. So we're curious, what did you do since it was your first time here?
Oh, well, I did something very touristy, they say. I watched the ball drop.
So you were in the middle of all the...
You were there?
Yeah, I was very close to it. I could see it, and I was watching it. I was thinking, okay, so at which part does it actually drop? I was waiting for it. And then while we were doing the countdown, because I was looking at the clock instead, the numbers, I didn't realize where the ball went till afterwards. I'm like, wait, I gotta review my video and find out what happened to the ball. I thought it was actually gonna fall from the top of the building, but then it didn't.
That would have been an accident. Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
You got to come back and see it right the next time.
Pia, you never got a chance to do your walk, you know, the famous walk.
Yeah.
Do you want to do your walk for us now?
Well, let's announce it now. Everybody, please welcome Miss Universe, Pia Wurtzbach from the Philippines.
Tomorrow on Live from American Idol, Ryan Seacrest.
Everyone needs a BFF, even your smile.
Colgate Optic White toothpaste goes beyond surface stains.
Very first day on the job, I asked her about those infamous, the infamous moment Steve Harvey announced Miss Columbia's name as the winner instead of her own, and also if she thinks that he should come back next year as the host. Listen to what she says. What do you think happened? Steve Harvey came right out and said, oh my goodness, I made a mistake. You were at rehearsals. From your perspective, how did that mistake happen?
I think maybe I have a few I guess, theories. So maybe with the way the winners are written on the card, maybe that's why, because you kind of have to read the second runner-up first, skip the first runner-up, go to the winner, because that's how it's supposed to be announced on TV. So maybe the way it was written was a little bit confusing. I understand it was his first time to judge a pageant, but it's okay. He's human. People make mistakes. It's live television. It's not easy, so I understand.
Do you think he did a good job overall? Do you think he should be back as the host of Miss Universe next year?
Yeah, why not? I think he's a breath of fresh air. He made us feel very relaxed, the contestants. It makes us show our personality a little bit more, and I think that benefits everybody, especially the viewers.
Very gracious. I know. Think of the same thing.
Also in pop news this morning.
Unforgettable moment up across the internet blasting Harvey, the Family Feud host and comedian, even poking fun at himself in this Christmas Day tweet, writing, "Merry Easter, y'all." Now, Miss Columbia speaking out for the first time to a Colombian radio station, calling the incident, quote, "a great injustice," and saying, "It was very humiliating for me," and that she thinks the two should share the crown. So, joining us now in a morning show exclusive, the new Miss Universe, Pia Wurtzbach. Welcome to Good Morning America.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel to wear the crown to be Miss Universe?
It's surreal. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I can't wait to officially start my reign.
And it starts right now. This morning is your very first day on the job.
Yeah, and this is my first ever sit-down interview as Miss Universe.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us. And I want to get right to it. Take me back to the moment where you got the crown. There's a hesitation. Steve comes out, Steve Harvey, and says, "There's been a mistake," and then says, "You are the actual winner."
It was very exciting. Of course, I wanted to win. I joined Miss Philippines 3 times just to earn the sash that says Philippines. And of course, I want to win Miss Universe. In the Philippines, it's a big deal. It's been 42 years since we last won. So everybody's been anticipating to finally get the crown, and we finally did it.
And initially, Miss Columbia, who was initially crowned the winner, was very gracious.
Yeah.
Now she's come out and said she's grieving and that she is devastated. Have you spoken to her?
Yes, I did greet her on her birthday, which also happened to be Christmas Day. So I was able to ask her how she's doing, and she seems like she's okay. I understand how she feels. I'm also concerned with her, and I know that she's a beautiful young lady with very talented, and I think that she'll have a lot of other opportunities. She'll do very well, I'm sure.
So let's put it all to rest right now. What do you want to say to fans of Miss Columbia who are very vocal on social media? What would you like to say to them right now?
Well, I understand how they feel because, of course, they want their bet to win. So that's completely understandable. If it was the other way around, I'm sure the Filipinos would also feel a little bit disappointed with the results.
A lot of people have said maybe you should share the crown, and she agrees with that. And of course, I'm sure you heard Donald Trump, who once owned a stake in Miss Universe, thought that was possibly a good idea. What's your position on that?
I think it would be a little bit difficult for 2 girls to share a crown, but I have high hopes that this will give great opportunities for me and Miss Columbia and the rest of the contestants.
And I know you're going to be very busy, and your platform raising awareness for HIV/AIDS. And then what? What's next for you? Did I hear something about being a Bond girl?
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, that's also one of my dreams. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. But right now I'm focusing on, I have the whole year ahead of me. I have these causes that I want to put some light into, like HIV awareness, and some other causes that I personally believe in, like relief operations for places that are hit by calamities, like the Philippines, and also cyberbullying. So these are some of the things that I would like to talk about more as I'm going through my reign.
How's that feel, that crown?
Well, it's a little bit heavy, but I'm not complaining. It can stay there for a long time.
Well, deservedly so. Pia, it's wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much for coming to Good Morning America on your first day on the job as Miss Universe.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Let's get over to George.
Very poised young lady right there.
Very first day on the job, I asked her about those infamous, the infamous moment. Steve Harvey announced Miss Columbia's name as the winner instead of her own, and also if she thinks that he should come back next year as the host. Listen to what she says. What do you think happened? Steve Harvey came right out and said, oh my goodness, I made a mistake. You were at rehearsals. From your perspective, how did that mistake happen?
I think maybe I have a few theories. So maybe with the way the winners are written on the card, maybe that's why, because you kind of have to read the second runner-up first, skip the first runner-up, go to the winner, because that's how it's supposed to be announced on TV. So maybe the way it was written was a little bit confusing. I understand it was his first time to judge a pageant, but it's okay. He's human. People make mistakes. It's live television. It's not easy, so I understand.
Do you think he did a good job overall? Do you think he should be back as the host of Miss Universe next year? Yeah, why not? I think he's a breath of fresh air. He made us feel very relaxed, the contestants. It makes us show our personality a little bit more, and I think that benefits everybody, especially the viewers.
Very gracious. I know.
Jinx, buy me a Coke.
You're
Also in pop news this morning.